So let's see Avro format. So Avro format was basically developed by Doc Cutting, and it was basically developed for data serialization in Hadoop. So you can actually store data in Hadoop. You can process that data through different tools. Avro is basically an interoperable format, so it's an open source. This format is basically like giving you interoperability. So you can use this format in Impala, MapReduce, Spark, so different frameworks they support Avro. Apart from that, this format provides schema evolution. So I will be explaining a concept of schema evolution in another video, but just understand, if you have old version of data and you are reading with new version of schema, then you are not getting any exception. So this is like a kind of schema evolution example. So this is very helpful when you want to store data for long term, when age of data matters. When age of data matters, then schema evolution is very helpful, because with time your schema will change, schema will evolve, and you don't want that you are not able to read old data because new schema has come. So that was a problem with Java. In Java, if you have a POJO, plain old Java objects, or you have a class, and through that class you are writing some data on disk, and later on if you make some changes in the class and you try to read the old data with the newer version of the class with more attributes or modified attributes, then it will give error, that serial version ID exception. So you might have faced this issue in case you are coming from Java world. So Avro is overcoming that problem of Java. Apart from that, it is much more optimized in terms of storage because it's a binary format. So it is much more optimized in terms of processing. So this is another advantage of using Avro. Avro is self-describing format. Self-describing format. That means metadata is also embedded within the file, Avro file. So Avro files are .avro extension, and this .avro extension has metadata as well as data. It's a self-describing format. This is self-describing format. So this is like actual Avro file. But if you want to extract schema out of this, so you can do that, and that is called .avsc file. And this .avsc file is Avro schema file, which is basically storing the Avro schema. Yeah. So this is a row oriented format. This is not storing data in the columnar manner. This is a row oriented. And what is the difference between row oriented and column oriented format? That we can see in a separate discussion. But for the time being, just understand this is a storing data in the form of rows. This matters a lot when we talk about how we are going to access the data. So for the use cases where you are basically accessing your data, for example, you are having select star from the table name, let's say table name, and then predicate, then this is star. You are interested in almost all the columns. Then row oriented formats, they shine a lot. So if you store data in that manner, but column oriented formats, they shine when we are selecting few columns from the data format or the file. Yeah, so this is fine. Like you got some idea like what is Avro format, and there is a utility called Avro tools. And this is Avro tools, and this utility you can even write like this: java -jar, and then Avro tools.jar. Here Avro tools and specific versions of Avro tools.jar. And this particular utility is equivalent to this particular command internally. So some people you will see are writing like this, or some people are writing like this. So in our hands-on we will be writing like this, and here after this you will be giving some parameters. So you will say get schema. After this, get schema. When you are doing this, and then you are giving the name of the Avro file. This is .avro file. Same, I am just writing the same command. These are two different ways to write the same command. So you will be able to get the schema file, AVSC file, and you can store that AVSC file in the some Avro format. Or if you want to get the data from the Avro file, you can just do, instead of get schema, you will be doing to JSON, J in lowercase. So if you do that, then you will be able to retrieve the actual data. You will be able to see, you will be able to convert binary data into the readable format, and it will look like a JSON. So hope this gives you some idea about Avro format, and we will look into the hands-on, then it will be clearer like how does it work.